dandelions know the health benefits, there has been limited research comparing the traditional and modern extractions methods for the optimizations of the total phenolic contents. Furthermore, the effects of the spray drying parameters on phenolic contents are not well documented. Our study addresses this gap by providing the scalable, cost-effective extractions process. We used the dandelion leaves were gathered from the Shan State, eastern part of Myanmar, and the garlic acid as the standard. The study compared two extractions methods. Decoctions which involve boiling for the 15 patties and 45 minutes, and the ultrasonic extractions which uses the ultrasonic waves for the same durations. The extracts were then spray drying at the different temperatures, 120, 140, and 160 degrees Celsius. Finally, we measure the total phenolic content using the UV spectrophotometers. Our findings show that the ultrasonic assisted extractions consistently produce a higher yield percentage than the decoctions, with the maximum yields of the 36.51 compared to the 26.32% at the 140 degrees Celsius. In terms of the total phenolic contents, ultrasonic assisted extractions significantly outperforms the decoctions with values ranging from about 40 milligrams per gram compared to the above the 20. Spray drying at the 140 degrees Celsius was the optimum for maintaining the phenolic integrity and maximizing yield. In summary, the UAE proved to be the superior extraction methods for the maximizing the total phenolic contents in dandelion leaf extracts. Additionally, they optimize the spray drying conditions, enhance the stability and quality of the final powder. This process provides scalable solutions for the nutraceutical protections. Our study has some limitations. We didn't fully explore the UAE parameters such as the ultrasonic frequency and the powers. Moreover, we focused solely on the total phenolic contents and did not assess other bioactive compounds or the antioxidant activities. Future research could optimize the ultrasonic assisted extractions parameters further to enhance the total phenolic contents and bioactive stability. We also recommend evaluating the bioavailability and shelf life of the extracted powder. Finally, we exploring the commercial applications in the nutraceuticals and the pharmaceuticals industry would be valuable. To conclude, the ultrasonic extractions is the highly effective method for the extractions of the phenolic content from the dandelion leaves, while the 140 degrees Celsius spray drying ensures a high quality, stable extracts. Our finding lays the groundwork for the industrial scale dandelion extract protections. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tandar. Alright, first of all, I would like to comment on the title itself. Okay, sorry. So, for your title, optimization of maximizing. So, I think that's optimization and maximizing is quite similar. So, maybe you can just remove maximizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Optimizing the maximizing means in the total phenolic content. We would like to maximize the. But the optimization is for the parameter for the spray drying or the yeah.
So so maybe you can remove maximizing.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the suggestions.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And then now you already find out that UAE extraction techniques is the best method, right, for for maximizing the TPC content.
Yeah.
So what's your next aim for this TPC content? What are you going to do next with this compound?
Our TPC contents are for me so far we are the previous we research is the total phenolic content, but the next steps we will do the specific compounds like caffeic acid or the antioxidant activity. Yeah. Antioxidant activity at the extract the caffeic acid and using the HPLC methods and the experiment. I will do the experiment. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Let's proceed to the next presentation. presenter, which is Atika Suraya, to present the effectiveness of self-efficacy method for avoid, alter, accept and adapt on work stress analysis at Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Good morning. My name is Atika Suraya, a student Bachelor of Nursing, Institute of Health Science, Pekanbaru Medical Center, Provinsi Riau, Indonesia. To present about my thesis with the title Effectiveness Self-Efficacy Method 4A, Avoid, Alter, Accept, and Adapt on Nurse Work Stress in Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital. Well, research background, Kementerian Indonesia 2021, nurse discouragement cause nurse work stress to increase at Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital. The work environment, organization, and births are one of the factors causing nurse work stress, so that the level of service stratification of patient decrease, job stress can be overcome by self-efficacy, where self-efficacy is perception of himself, condition and able to face problems and demands until the achievement of goal. Objective 1. General objective to determine the effect of 4A method self-efficacy, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt on nurse work stress at Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital. 2. Specific objective 1. To determine of frequency distribution of nurse work stress before and after the 4A method self-efficacy intervention, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt. 2. To determine the effect of 4A method self-efficacy, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt work stress at Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital. Okay. Research gap. Lack of previous research. Some research has been conducted, but the method used were not effective to evince deeper understanding. So in this study developing self-efficacy by nursing the 4A method for avoid, alter, accept, and adapt. Limited variable. This study mainly consider the variable of 4A method self-efficacy, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt, and nurse job stress. Further research might include other variables such as workload, staff strength, shortage, and social support. Population of nurses at Pekanbaru Medical Center 64 nurse, sample 30 respondent, data collection technique, quantitative purpose sampling, one group pretest and post-test dengan uji t-test. Finding summary, the result of data analysis show a p-value of 0.072, which indicates that self-efficacy in nurse can reduce the level of work stress of nurse at Pekanbaru Medical Center Hospital. Okay. Of the 30 respondents involved in the study, the majority were in the good implementation category. Outcome: the frequency of the majority of 4A method self-efficacy avoid, alter, accept, and adapt. From 30 respondents found there were no respondents who experienced stress at very high and high level, 0% with the majority being at very low stress level, 26, 86.7%, and low for 30.0%. Limitation: the study only focused on inpatient nurse, so the result might not include the perspective of other medical personnel such as doctor, pharmacy, and other staff who are potential exposed to job stress. 2. The study was conducted with a certain period of time, so it could not observe long-term change in the application of the 4A method self-efficacy, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt carried out. Future scope of the study: 1. Future research can explore other variables such as workload, social support, and cohorts to provide a more comprehensive picture of the factors that contribute to nurse job stress. Future research can involve various types of medical personnel, including doctor, pharmacy, midwives, and administrative staff, to gain a more comprehensive perspective on nurse work stress and how the application of the 4A method self-efficacy Future research can involve various types of medical personnel, including doctor, pharmacy, midwives, administrative staff, to gain a more comprehensive perspective on nurse work stress and how the application of the 4A method self-efficacy, avoid, alter, accept, and adapt can be application throughout the health team. This is all my presentation. Thank you so much for your nice attention.
Okay, thank you. I have some questions for you. Okay, first, how does you implement the 4A method in your study?
Regarding your intervention, how you conduct the research, how you measure the effectiveness of this 4A method. Bagaimana lakukan evaluasi?
Dengan cara for session.
Session what? Can you explain that? For session, what? Apa for session tu? Melalui apa? Melalui interview ke? Melalui questionnaire ke? You buat intervention. Intervention dari segi you bagi questionnaire to the respondent.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. My next question is which component, bahagian komponen apa daripada 4A method itu yang bagi impact yang sangat tinggi kepada responden? Avoid, alter, adapt and accept. Which one is the best? Antara 4 komponen tu, yang mana yang paling bagus?
Avoid.
Avoid. Okay. Alright. So that's all. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now we have come to our next presenter, Subir Mukhopadhyay. Is he here? He's not here? Alright, so we proceed with the next presenter, Sweta Chatterjee. Okay, please welcome. So, the title for her research is Scientific Observation on Mangrove Degeneration, Case-Specific Exposure from Indian part of Sundarbans.
Kameramen luar biasa.
Good morning everyone. I am Sweta Chatterjee from University, Kolkata, India. My research topic is on scientific observation on mangrove degradation, case-specific exposure from Indian part of Sundarbans. So first, we have to take a glance at different connotations on mangrove degradation as well. So these are all connected with each other. So it can be said that it's the partial or the fully conversion from the forest land to non-forest land, as well as the reduction of the forest cover and the species diversity along with the ecosystem function as well. Next slide is on the examination of the study area, which I have chosen the Indian part of Sundarbans. So next one is the examination of the study area slide, which I have chosen the Indian part of Sundarbans. Is the world's largest expansion of mangrove area in the southern tip of the Bay of Bengal and the Ganges Brahmaputra Meghna Delta as well. So it consisting of the 19 blocks in total, covering the South Chobbish Parganas as the 13 blocks and the remaining 6 blocks under the North Chobbish Pargana part. So this Indian part of Sundarbans is fortified by the Dampier Ganges line in the northwest part, Hooghly River in the west part, Ichamuti Kalindi and the Hurimanga River, as well as the India-Bangladesh international border in the eastern part and the Bay of Bengal in the southern part. Next slide is on the case-specific exposure on the mangrove degradation aspect in the Indian part of Sundarbans. So this slide is on the half in the two halves actually. So left part is my observation and my perspectives and my findings on this exposure of the mangrove degradation in the Indian part of Sundarbans, and the right portion is showing the word cloud, which is the author's perspective. So first part is, I can say that the author perspectives as per the author's perspective. So it can be said that sea level change as a whole, the climate change is the main issue which can leading towards the mangrove degradation aspects in the Indian part of Sundarbans. And the first, I can say that the first coastal bank erosion is one of the most deadly issue of the Indian part of Sundarbans. So this is the observation on the coastal bank erosion, which is the northern part of the Moushumi Island. I have visited this part, which is the Kakramari forest. So we can say that from the field imageries, so it can be said that the mangrove trees are falling down due to the slump creation, and the asymmetrical bank height is also in there. Next slide is on the, excuse me, sorry. Next slide is on the reduction of the strong muddy substrate, which is the associated factor of the coastal bank erosion. So this is observed on the same part, which is the inability, due to this factor, inability of the mangrove trees migration is one of the deadly and one of the associated issue through the slum creation and the coastal bank erosion for the causing of the true mangrove species degeneration or the degradation as well. So next slide is on the shoreline retreat and the gradual vanishing of islands, which is observed in the Badaguni Island, which is in the STR portion, actual Sundarban's Tiger Reserve part, and another is the Jombu Island, which is in the Hooghly estuary, which is from the SBR portion, Sundarban's Biosphere Reserve, which from the satellite outputs, I can say that the shoreline is continuously retreating towards the landward part, and the vanishing of island is very much obvious in this sense. So next slide is on the increase of storminess and coastal flooding issues. So it can be said that, so as per the climate central data, it can be predicted that up to 2050 and until 2050, this orange colored part has predicted as the flooded portion, and the right portion tabulation shows the increment of the storminess since the 1970. Next factor is the submergence and the land erosion of the specific islands, which is from the Shikarpur Island, actually is from the Hooghly estuary. So I have created these maps on the temporal basis from the 1988 to 2023. So from these imageries it can be observed that the different pattern, size, shape and the pattern of this island is decreasing in nature. So it can be predicted as well. Next, observation on the deforestation issues due to the livelihood problem. So it can be measured or observed from the field verification as well. These are from the Dora Bagda forest, which is the upper part of the Koikhali village from the New Barankati area, which is from the central part of Indian Sundarban. So these are the field imageries. I have visited this was an enclosed towards the forest to show the mainly for the livelihood problem, mainly tall woody true mangrove species from the Abyssinia officinalis, actually local named as the Pearabine. So these are cut down from the livelihood issues, and the reduction of the accommodation space and the forest density as well is very much observed in this sense. Next slide is on the another factor, which is the regional mean sea level anomaly rise. Next, so it can be said from the data of NASA data. So it can be satellite altimetry data showing the Bay of Bengal nature mean sea level anomaly is very much continuously in high range nature, and from the NOAA data, as well. So Bay of Bengal, particularly from the Bay of Bengal mean sea level data is continuously high in nature as per the database 4.1 mm per year. So it's very much quite obvious that it's increasing in nature. So next slide is on another factor, which is the salinity variation, seasonal salinity variation, which is from the database. From the actually I have compiled the data from another source. So seasonal data, it can be said that the post-monsoonal seasonal salinity variations range quite high in nature from the 60 to 80 ppt. So it's quite very much high in nature from the different sources of Indian Sundarban's rivers network. So next, and the another last factor, which is the reduction of the mangrove area coverage for the selected islands of Indian Sundarban's part. It has been chosen already. I have chosen the measurement for the patch matrix analysis is the for the only the mangrove coverage area. So I have firstly I have prepared the land cover classification of the whole Indian Sundarban's part. Next I have reclassified the area on mangrove area coverage. Then I have measured the landscape matrix analysis for the three. Actually I have chosen the three indices, which is first one is the mean patch index, which is the MPS. Next one is the area weightage mean shape index, and the last one is the largest patch index. So from this slide it can be shown that the red boxed area showing that the value is decreasing in nature, so patch level is very much obvious in this sense. So mangrove area is decreasing in nature and deforestation is very much obvious in this nature. So next slide is on the concluding remarks also. It can be concluded and the summarize, I can summarize in the sense that the outputs of this whole database. So mangrove degradation is very much obvious in this sense, but is not existing every zone of the Indian Shundabones part, it's very much obvious for the selected islands and selected destination for the whole Indian part of Shundabones. For the primary reasons, I can say that the shoreline retreat and the vanishing of the islands. Next one is the regional mean sea level anomaly rise of the Bay of Bengal is very much obvious in this sense. Next one is the sea level rise is the primary driving force, but reduction of the inflow and the sediment from the upstream network with the erosion accretion activities for the tidal and the ocean current is very much obvious and existing in parallel sense as per the database, and the increase of sea surface temperature, which is the SST portion, is very much obvious in high in nature. Last one is the invasion of new species like Gonocorpus erectus and the buttonwood mangroves is very much existing in nature. So it can be said that these invasive species it hitting the already native species of the Indian part of Shundabones in selected portion as well. So it can be said also that as per the mitigative force against these all mangrove regeneration in this sense, so mangrove regeneration through the natural process and the artificial regeneration process through the plantation program, it can be harnessed for the best or the greatest mitigative force against this mangrove regeneration over the Indian part of Shundabones. Next slide is on the references I have used for this study. Thank you.
I have one question regarding your study. What is the significance, actually, what is the significance of your study regarding the mangrove degeneration?
What is the significance of this study?
The significance of, because you have presented many factors, right? Many factors which contribute to the mangrove degeneration, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the importance of this study?
Actually, this mangrove degeneration is very much current problem of the Indian part of Shundabones. So the significance of this study is to solve this problem.
Okay,
So I have just forged like the several aspects or the problems associated with the mangrove degeneration from the author's perspective and as well as my perspective. Actually, I am working on these mangrove degeneration aspects, but I have sought out that particular problem, which is the mangrove degeneration. And then I am forging that the mangrove regeneration is the only key to solve this problem. So this is the significance of this study as a, I think, nutshell, I can say that.
So do you have any future plan on how to overcome this one? Okay, by analyzing
Our future
these
plan
factors.
is to just forging the mangrove regeneration aspect through the natural process to establish a relationship between the plant, soil and water. Actually, water is the tidal network, tidal fluctuation, I can say that, and the artificial regeneration problem, which is the plantation program. But for my PhD work, artificial regeneration problem is not the current, solvation power to solve this problem. But natural, I think I can establish the relationship between the plant, water and soil for the current issue on the mangrove regeneration. So this is my focus on the mangrove regeneration to solve this mangrove regeneration problem.
Maintain the sustainability, preservation.
Yeah, to create the sustainable plant program on, like for the livelihood options also is very much active on this sales.
Alright, okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very interesting topics, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so let's proceed to the next presenter.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Alright, so next presenter is Yang Wei. For the topic designing sustainable urban landscapes, strategies for integrating green spaces into urban environment.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yang Wei. I came from China, and my major is creative art and design. The research of my title is designing sustainable urban
strategy for integrating green space into urban environment. Is the capital. First is the abstractor. One consequence of urbanization is the urban disease resulting from the ever-increasing city density and size. The nature, environment, and the public survey quality are enhanced by urban green space. Building a lot of green space and ensuring it gets the resource it needs for ecological restoration and public service is challenging because of growing gap between urban demand and available resource. The growing disparity between the development's lack of green space and the people's desire for healthy living is becoming more apparent. The paper presents a systematic review and comprehensive analysis method to investigate effective strategy for utilizing an underground space in urban green space, with the goals of improving the development of green space sustainably and efficiently, resolve the urban crisis, and promoting the health function of green space. The study lays forth a three-pronged strategy for making the most of subterranean and urban green space, including one, a well-organized and sensible strategy for development, two, manning and integrated use, and three, a structured environment that is environmentally harmonious. The study's results show how to support urban growth in a fast urbanizing China, where simultaneously protecting and making use of surface and subsurface landscape and green areas. The introduction includes the critical of urban green space. In most cases, there is not enough open green space in cities, regardless of whether the city is in a developed or developing country, and ecosystem service open green space in an urban environment that is continually decline of ecosystem service and enhance people's quality of life. And the urban green space has its aesthetic value. The importance of sustainable management. The research background, I have researched the impact of urbanization on green space, including urbanization's impact. Urbanization affects cities and other areas, transforming nature setting to built-up area. As China transitioned to an improvement economy, green areas disappeared and new projects emerged. An open area disappeared. And global urbanization and the disappearance of green space is the background. The importance of parks and the green space to city. Parks as ecosystem assets and green space benefits. Green space provide ecosystem service and positive impact on residents' life, making them essential for urban planning. The research objective include incorporating green areas, maximizing advantage, benefit of green area. And I have do some literature review, including the historical evolution of green space in Western cities, and the importance and planning of urban green space. The research question is, what is the social and community impact of incorporating this green space? After do the research, I use the research design and the quantitative methods, data obtained by questionnaire, and after that, I have get the result. There is a close relationship between the strategy for integrating green spaces, urban environment, and the research result is the study find a significant relationship between the sustainable urban landscape and the strategy for integrating green space is the result. And conclusion is green space in urban design. Green space has been an integral part of urban design since its inception, helping with inhabitants' social and well-being concerns. And they are more than just social, environmental, and hospital physical advantage to having an urban park. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Okay. So first, I would like to know how you do the integration to produce a result.
How I
To implementing
how
green spaces.
how the strategies for okay I know like take advantage of green space in both underground and above ground landscape and green areas like a roof garden and highway landscape, green of the building surface and the city park, and green of urban multi-level space. Thank you.
Is there any innovative method that you apply instead of introducing the green spaces? Is there any innovative method?
Introduce what?
Is there any innovation in your study introducing the green spaces? Do you have any innovation? Your own innovation into introducing this greenery?
Innovation.
No. Is there any? You have your own intervention?
Innovation. Questionnaire.
Questionnaire.
Uh.
Okay, because as we know, for the questionnaire, it's just to get the response on how your intervention would be influenced by the intervention. Okay, your questionnaire is upon the respondents, right? So we want to know how you conduct the integration of
You use the method of my research. I have to do the quantitative method.
Here is
Data
just questionnaire.
obtained by questionnaire in Hong Kong and other places in China, and use the KMO method to analyze the data.
All right.
And thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next presenter.
Okay, now we have Subir Mukhopadhyay. Okay, so alright. So his research title is Ecology, Climate Change and Uses of Water, Issues and Challenges with Reference to India.
Good morning, everybody. I am representing International Benevolent Research Foundation, though my views are completely different from the organization, and this is completely my view. The most pressing problem confronting humanity in the present century, the ecological crisis. The problem of nature is really a problem of resources, of capital. As a natural cycle tuned to Dr. process geared to provide communications, accommodations, question is raised. The classical sociologist has no thinking in terms of ecology, etc. But we know that in the manifesto, Communist Manifesto, the first sociologist, I think, has mentioned regarding all this, and this is in the introductory part. Next. Mainly, our understanding was that the water is free to use, but now it is not so as we think. So, Madrid Center estimates that climate disasters displaced over 33.2 million people globally in 2021. This is the situation. So, next. Climate change and uses of water. I am representing India, and this is with reference to completely with reference to India. There is so much displacement in the and in India, agriculture is still the main resource of earning. Hence, in other parts, there is also the industry. Now, I will be presenting mainly it is a secondary data, and main theme will be the supply and demand position of water compared to India. How much water it is used, and how there is an imbalance in demand and supply. And India, the sources of water is mainly the groundwater and the sources on river, etc. That is the reservoirs. Now, for the last 10 or 20 years, the reservoirs are coming down. Mainly this is the problem. In spite of that, we have, I can say that there is lots of immatch between supply and demand, etc. And due to the pure or purified water, shortages of purified water, disaster comes down through the contamination of untruth, unsafe water. And in India, the sources of water, it is coming down. I have said mainly the groundwater level is coming down. And that wise, agriculture and industry both are hampered due to the less supply of water. We have the sources of water in India, the status of water consumption in India. Now we will concentrate on the demand side of water. India has about 500 million of livestock population at the end of the booming economy. India is booming economy. Population growth and rapid urbanization have considerable impact on India's water demand. Changes in food consumption, lifestyle, and food pattern also play a major role in water requirement. Next. And I have the table where I have this table is not mine. It is from the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO. So I have already mentioned that my data will be on the secondary sources. And you see, I have presented the one. India, China, Brazil, Russia, US and Germany. These are the states. And you can imagine a rising economy, developed economy, all are there. In India, in agriculture uses 90.4% of water is used. And industry it uses 2.2%, in domestic it is 7.4%. This is the Indian structure. Next. Right? Yes. You just see that the position of India compared to other countries. This is data, and now you have the bar diagram also. Next. You see, this is position. Agriculture, industry, domestic users, India, China, Brazil, Russia, US and Germany. Next. And in table 2, it is tells about the variation of expected water use in various sectors over the years. It indicates that by 2050, the main problem, by 2050, the total water consumption will be more than the available water supply in the country. This demand supply gap will be a problem in water resources utilization for the purpose of economic growth, lifestyle change, etc. This is the position. Next. In this aspect, our central government organization, what Niti Aayog, previously it was Planning Commission, now it is Niti Aayog, in its report 2018, that 50% of groundwater wells in India are declining. Rain alone fulfill only 20% of water demand, while remaining 80% relies heavily on deepening groundwater reserves. Is to mention that 70% of rainwater flows to the ocean every year. In table 3, it is seen that Indian industry consumes relatively higher amount of water for production compared to international standards. And on the other hand, it is also to mention that the productivity, in terms of productivity, it is very much less compared to other developed nations. This is the main part of this. And you see that thermal power it consumes 87% almost.